Today we're going to be looking at the world's scariest pranks. Let's hop right in.
These are the scariest pranks in the world. Consider yourself lucky you're not this person or this person.
I'm glad.
You see where I'm going with this.
With I do.
So many people terrified of elevators, it seems like a pretty obvious place to stage a prank. But this one really did get creative. Instead of doing
that's not even a prank.
Stuck, this Japanese
Someone could have a heart attack.
Creative. The producer escorts their victim to the elevator, but the second they step inside, this happens.
Like,
that's definitely
someone
something
could literally have a heart attack from that.
Would you?
Like, my heart would drop out of my body.
If that wasn't enough of a shock, they then find themselves on an underground slide, covered in some kind of mysterious goo. New fear unlocked, anyone? These tourists in China probably thought that walking on this glass bridge was scary enough on its own. They clearly had no idea what was in store for them. In hindsight, I'm sure you know it's a prank, but I can't even imagine what I'd be thinking if that were happening to me. Take a look at this guy who was just seconds away from losing his iPad.
Oh my.
They achieved this amazing.
See, that's a better prank. It's not like the last one where it's like literally you're like doing something to the human body. Well, this one you are kind of though, because I was gonna say this is a nice harmless prank, but at the same time it's like you're like your life is gonna be flashing before your eyes. You have a heart attack from this too, like because you're thinking you're gonna fall to your death.
Amazing illusion by placing real shards of glass and video screens underneath the glass floor and topped it all off with sound effects to make it seem extra real. Funny or cruel? I'll leave you to be the judge of that. Picture this, you're sitting in an empty office, just waiting around for something to happen. Then suddenly the entire desk slides open. What do?
What do I do?
Some people would make a run
I hide
as quickly as possible. These people, on the other hand, made the mistake of being curious enough to stay and look.
Dude!
That's exactly what the pranksters wanted. Before they knew what was
that had some
happening, they had a face
speed.
full of cream. It looks like it got everywhere too.
It looks like it hurts.
I'm glad he was
You see how
wearing
quick that
glasses,
thing is?
Although he doesn't seem very happy about any of it. In the old days, all you needed
too stunned
for
to
a good
speak.
prank was a telephone, but those were simpler times. If you want to execute a really great prank now, you probably need to look into purchasing an extremely realistic dinosaur costume. Sure, that's going to be pretty.
See, that's a good
but
prank.
There's one big benefit to a moving dinosaur. It seems to terrify just about everyone. Even though dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years, there's just something unsettling about a prehistoric beast chasing us down a corridor. I'm sure these
You can
people
see
would
his
agree.
legs.
Cornering yourself on the ground isn't the smartest move either.
Okay, you can see his legs though. The initial shock would be like, what the heck?
Do something, but
Then you'd realize.
it usually comes down to what you're really trying to achieve. For example, if you wanted to terrify someone in an elevator, you could just have the whole floor open up and eat them. But that wouldn't sell very many TVs. What LG wanted to do instead was make it look like the floor of the elevator was falling away, you know, to prove how good their TVs are. Ironically, some victims even tried to find a safe tile to stand on, sometimes scrambling to the other end of the elevator. I'm just glad I didn't need to experience this for myself. If you've ever watched The Ring, then you'll know just how terrifying it is. The movie creators put together the perfect set for a scary prank. Just when their customers least expected it, the screen pulled up without them noticing, leaving a gap for the actress to crawl out and scare the life out of the unsuspecting victims.
Whenever there's like this, like the girls in the dress with that long hair, like that's one of the scariest things. Like if I ever saw that in real life, like I'm driving at night and I see this appear in the middle of the road, like I would lose it. Like this is scary.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Honestly, I think those people handled that quite well. Well, most of them anyway. Imagine you're a technology company. What's the best way to prove that your TVs have the highest quality screens on the market? LG's headquarters in Chile came up with an ingenious joke. They gathered people for a job interview, filled the office with hidden cameras, and set up one of their TVs so it looked like a window. Job interviews are stressful enough. They're far worse when a meteor suddenly appears.
Okay. That.
Most of them took it well, except for that one guy. I think I'm on his side though. Some people really know how to
That would
create
be
drama.
scary.
But the TNT network might have just overshadowed every other drama queen on the face of the earth. In 2013, the company erected a suspiciously large button in Belgium, inviting unsuspecting people to push to add drama. Some people just walk by, but some brave and curious people press the button. Once that happens, all heck breaks loose, with staged fights and gunfire breaking out in the town. Bikini babes on motorcycles tore up the street and anarchy erupted. The best part of the video
See a harmless prank.
of those who set it off. Participants
Those are the best
look around
pranks.
stunned as the action unfolds, trying to come to terms with the fact they caused it all to happen. This prank show wanted to see what would happen if they glued people to the floor. Imagine, there you are just minding your own business. 1 minute
You can break a
you're getting on with
nose.
your day, the next you're stuck to the ground. But there's more than one way to achieve a sticky floor prank. Plan A is to trap ordinary people on the street as they go about their day. Then there's the more extreme method. Place a tray of sticky goo behind a closed door and just wait for the next victim. The highlight's
See, he could have
definitely
broke
the
his
previous
nose.
victim sitting on the sofa covered in goo. He didn't even try to warn him. Here's something you almost never think about: drinking fountains. Sure,
Oh, that's
they're a
nasty.
handy thing to have around, but they're not exactly going to take up a lot of space in your thoughts, at least not until something like this happens to you. This prank show set up a drinking fountain with a twist to catch unsuspecting people by surprise, and it definitely worked. I don't know if you've ever had water sprayed up your nose at high pressure, but it's definitely not pleasant. I wouldn't go near that fountain again, but these people are clearly a little braver than me. Most of them go in for another try. It doesn't seem worth it, but you've got to admire their dedication. The Indiana Jones films are iconic. They're a part of our culture, but even in iconic films like that, there are moments that stand out and take a life of their own. You probably already know where I'm going with this. This girl got to reenact that iconic moment, whether she wanted to or not. Honestly, it really does look genuinely frightening, especially since that's the last thing you expect when walking down a corridor. At least
Looked like she got hard there.
something soft to land.
Hit hard.
Even in a world of clever pranks, some are just a little more intelligent than others. The creators of the Invisible Man movie obviously know how to scare people, but it's quite different to execute that in real life. As part of their press, they decided they were going to give journalists a taste of what it would be like to really encounter the Invisible Man. Let's just say it wasn't the kind of interview they were expecting.
Man, oh my god.
What?
That's terrifying.
How do you even do that?
The interview room to make it look like someone invisible was making things move. The grand finale was a clever reveal of the Invisible Man standing up behind the curtain. The people who stayed in the room deserve a medal.
Yeah, how do you even...
So, you're a yogurt company that
Interesting.
get an advertisement done. What's the best way to get people to eat yogurt? With a bear, apparently. Chobani decided they'd recreate their famous bear-centered Super Bowl commercial by setting a bear loose in New York City. Alright, not quite. They actually unleashed a man in an animatronic bear suit onto the streets to frighten unsuspecting members of the public. And it worked!
Huh?
Wreaked a bit of havoc. The only people that seemed more confused than scared were passing children. I guess they just don't understand perfectly good advertising.
I'm a little confused by that one. How's that a prank? It's an advertisement. Anyway, that's great for this video. Whoa. If you guys are new to the channel, slap that like button, subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.